This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Rick Ross, just his ego was hurt when 50 Cent highlighted that he was opening up for Bow Wow. Imagine that, Rick Ross opening up for Bow Wow. Now, Bow Wow's a big artist, right? But it sounds demeaning. I mean, Rick Ross probably had he's had a huge fall from grace, right? Nobody cares about Rick Ross's music anymore. They won't go to his shows. He's just like a local club draw. That's what he is. It is what it is, okay? He's very smart. Took his music money, bought Wingstops, turned those into something, sold those, sold his music catalog, got into a real estate investment trust with a bunch of other millionaires, and they're making huge moves in the investment scene for real estate. They're buying up as much property as they can, redoing it, and then selling it, okay? They tore down this big... They didn't tear down the whole house in Star Island, but they tore down the bare bones and redid the whole house. I don't know how that's going to be a flip because, honestly, they spent $35 million on it. I don't know who's spending over $35 million on a house. It will sit on the market for years. But they have a plan, okay? Most of these companies are in for the long play. So Rick Ross, his equity is his clout, right? With the Bel Air deal, with the real estate stuff, shows, anything. He has a lot riding on his clout at the moment. So, he feels it's bruised and he has to try to keep this beef going with 50 Cent. He's trying to make fun of 50 Cent for taking a long time building this studio. Bro, he's on a Tyler Perry level. I mean, 50 Cent still garners 35 to 40 million monthly listeners per month when Rick Ross is down to about 10 million. They have very different careers. 50 Cent with Diamond. Rick Ross has never even came close to that, okay? Rick Ross barely has a couple platinum plaques, to be honest with you. But let's get into it. Okay, so Rick Ross goes on this little tirade here.
50 Cent, let these people know you really admire me. You love my style, the way I dress, the money I get. And let them know that if you really could, you would put all this shit to the side to do business with me and work with me. It's the truth. I know it is. Because when you see me stand next to Big Meech, your knees buckle. Oh, my ops, friends is my ops. I'm my ops, all that fake talk. But when you see my brother DJ Khaled, you hugged that boy and drooled on his Amiri. You drooled. When you see little bro Flow Rider, you pick that boy up by the waist and lift him up. Woo! And that's your way of saying, Rose, let's put it to the side. I'm really a good guy. And I get it, but it ain't time for that yet. Because when I see your niggas, I don't hug them. I don't speak to them. They po hustlers who in need of facials. Back to the money. Look,
It is funny, but it's just not credible. It's just not credible because, 50 Cent's doing business with Flow Rider. Flow Rider, who still has 35 million monthly listeners a month and doesn't even put out any music. He's still 3 times as big as Rick Ross is. DJ Khaled, a DJ, is 2 times bigger of an artist than Rick Ross is. Rick Ross only has 12 million monthly listeners, maybe 13 million now, okay? And most of that's because of Drake songs. Just like Khaled's, a lot of Khaled's success is Drake songs. We're just keeping it real here. I'm not saying I'm a better person than these people. I'm just saying, let's just be honest, And this is honesty, okay? He puts up a couple more little videos. He goes,
look, I can't really show you all this at the request of Architectural Digest, but it's a difference between renderings and when it's really going down. And it's a difference between real estate, let's say in Louisiana, and over here where it's $6,400 per square foot. So let's say if it's $6,400 per square, let's say you got 15,000 square foot to play with, you do the math, you may come up with, I don't know, 95 million. Look.
You ain't getting 95 million for the house. Pay 35, you put it in. Nobody's paying that. It's on an island. You ain't gonna get insurance for it in Florida. it's just going to sit there. It's going to be a big problem. Just like that house he has in Georgia. Big problem. Just being honest, man. I'm not hating. And he goes off on this stuff.
50 Cent, let these people know you really admire me. 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? Oh, I didn't know that they say I was the only person ever.
Oh, gosh, this guy. So, it's funny when they go back and forth, but the reality is Rick Ross did pretty much everybody dirty that he's done business with. Where's Gunplay at, man? Gunplay and Torch, okay? Torch album never came out. Neither did Gunplay. They had to put it out on their own. Gunplay got his chain taken. Gunplay barely has a place to stay right now. He's getting arrested. Torch is probably doing something. I like both of these guys. Torch is cool, you know? I'm just telling you, 50 Cent made people in G-Unit millionaires. He put them out. See that chain? That was the pass-around MMG chain back in the day. Whoever had a video, they put the chain on. Yayo's traveling the world, driving Rolls Royces, multiple houses. Uncle Murder took Lloyd Banks and Young Buck's spot. They both ventured out on their own because they were spoiled. They were making millions of dollars with 50, and they thought they were more valuable than they were. This is just the truth. This is not, you know what? Everyone that says I'm 50 glazing in the comments, this is the truth, and you just hate 50 for some reason. That's just the facts. 50 is like, it's almost like you guys are, I'm not going to go there with politics, but it's like you guys are just like crybabies. 50, I never said Rick Ross is a loser. He's just a clown. He's making plenty of money, okay? He's very successful. What did he do to get there? He stepped on a lot of toes. Gunplay and Torch he threw to the side. Meek Mill was already moving. That was an easy one. And Wale was already moving. That was an easy one. All he did was take existing deals, put them with MMG, co-sign them. Rick Ross was moving at the time, and he was able to make those moves. 50 Cent takes aim again at Big Meech. He promos. People were saying this is genius marketing. It's not genius marketing. Controversy is lazy marketing, just so you know. That's what it is. So that's what 50 is using here, and it's okay. He says, this is fire. Why this guy got to be a rat, man? Damn, catch BMF final season. He shows, the Big Meech final season coming in June. And then he puts up, hey, listen to the words, Big Screech. You keep forgetting that you told Tammy Cowens to tell, to get your time cut, sucker. He's never going to let up off of Big Meech. And I wouldn't either. Big Meech is a dishonorable. You can't really call him a rat, though, because there's no paperwork directly having him rat, but there's a lot of questionable things where he never got charged with connecting Suarez and Cuffy through Tammy, and then Tammy handling that business. I mean, they all said they were told to call Tammy to connect. I mean, that right then there is conspiracy. You would go to jail for another 10 years, okay? The fact that he trusted Tammy with his life rights and everything over a family member. I mean, the whole thing is just full of questions. That's where the 21 questions come in, not with 50 Cent's studio that he's building. And, Rick Ross wouldn't question it because Rick Ross is a CEO. Rick Ross was a CEO. Rick Ross stole his name from another man. And this is the man you guys choose to have your pom-poms on and go behind Rick Ross. Rick Ross is funny. I enjoy his music. I enjoy the entertainment he provides. But deep down, I know Rick Ross is nothing but a snake, okay? He took real Rick Ross's name. I've seen him do people dirty before that worked with him. He's a cheap person. He doesn't like to see people get money with him. He likes to be the one getting money and giving you charity handouts. That's how he works, okay? 50 Cent actually let Yayo, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, what's his name? He made so many people millionaires underneath him that and gave them their own careers. I mean, come on, man. You know, when did Rick Ross give everybody endorsement deals for everything he was doing? You know, never. Okay, Rick Ross is horrible, bro. If you want to get behind that, go ahead. Pause. But you know, Rick Ross has nothing to offer 50 Cent when they're going, oh, you want to do business with me? Why would he do business with Rick Ross? Rick Ross is one of the artists that came out of Florida with the least clout at this moment. Flo Rida, he does business with. Flo Rida, he did a deal with G Unit Fitness, right? Khaled, he saw Khaled at the golf thing, and they squashed it because there's no reason to have beef. The beef isn't behind anything. It's really behind Rick Ross, you know? And as you see, Khaled like hangs out with Ross, but not too much. Khaled is in a weird position because he just uses people. So Drake's caught on to that. And Drake's caught on to the way Rick Ross just uses them. So, you know, maybe there's just something about Rick Ross and Khaled. And really, Flo Rida doesn't really like Rick Ross because E-Class like is cool with Rick Ross, but Rick Ross did E-Class dirty. He left his management company out of nowhere. So, Po' Boy. He was down with Po' Boy in the beginning. And Rick Ross just left out of nowhere after E-Class did a lot for Rick Ross to make him a credible artist. So, anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I will check you guys on the next one. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just make sure I got everything I covered. Yep. That's it, man. I'll check you guys in the next one. Smash that like button. Peace.